Well, hello, friends. We're back here on our beautiful desert island. Quite a few things have changed since we last did any recording. I've done a little bit of building, and I wanted also to pass on a few tips. Things that I knew, but just simply forgot when I was struggling with building my roof. I did get the roof finished. Hey, buddy. Don't be squeaking that right now. And so I am going to fly here for a second because I want to show you the roof, and it really looks better from above. So here we go. I don't need my bow and arrow while I'm flying. So there's the roof. I did get it done. Interestingly enough, I switched the game weather back to sunny because it was raining every damn day. And we still have clouds, and it has rained, even though the weather is set on sunny now. So I don't know whether those preferences actually do work. But I did get the roof done. I added on to, I'll see when I take you in the house, I added on to the outer section. So the thing keeps getting bigger. And I was just struggling mightily with these corners, these corner pieces, because of the different angles. And what I had forgotten, and I think is important to remember when you're building, let me just get a piece of this stuff. And I will press the insert button while aiming at it to make it the same size. It's not the same shape, but it's the same size and same angle. And what I had forgotten when I was building was the rotation thing was just making me crazy. So if you hold down C, it brings you this, and this is the pivot mode, where it pivots. So right now the default is the world mode. Oh, that's move. Okay, so the rotation, it's set right now on default. So if we rotate our piece by using the arrow keys, oh, let's see, we have to hold down Control? No. Yeah. So depending on which arrow key you push, it rotates different ways. And if we change, let's go ahead and hit insert again so it moves it back to where it was. If we change the rotation mode from default to, say, world mode, and I think this is where it was when I was having so much trouble. So it rotates differently. Or it seems to. Although that looks pretty much the same, doesn't it? But if you hit enter, it's going to change the behavior also different ways. I mean, it just does weird things. And then if you hit C again and change it to local, then it rotates around itself. So let's hit insert again. Oh, and we have enter on. So if I turn enter off and hit insert, it changes it again. So all of these things were conspiring to just confuse the heck out of me. But now under local, and you rotate it, see, now before I was hitting that key and it was rotating up. So it was tipping. And now it's a different key. But it's on a completely weird axis. So there's that. That was confusing me. Then the other thing that I had forgotten was the flip command, or the mirror command. So flip and mirror, this will just flip it around, which you can't see if it's not, say, a triangle. Do I have any triangles in my inventory? Let's go make it a triangle, and that will show you. Let's see, go down here, and we'll talk about this in a moment. This is all changed. So let's go here and change this to, by right click, you hit right click and you can get this menu, and we're going to change the shape. So I'm going to select slope, double click, and it changed it to a slope. So we'll go back out. And now, if we go here with our triangle and we try rotating it, it's set on local right now, so it's rotating it around itself, around the middle. That is pretty understandable. And that's easier. And then if you hit enter, well, then it changes things. And so right now, it's still rotating around the middle, but it's adhering to one of the points. Then, let's go and put that back where it was. So I was having trouble getting these to, like, you know, going from one corner to the next and trying to make it fit. So that obviously would work right there. So I would take that, I would make the shape fit this angle, and then I would go over here and I would try to figure out a way to make it work. And I just was having a heck of a time. And then I remembered, oh, well, there's the flip command, right? So let's say I had it this way. The flip command is to use the end key on an extended keyboard, which just flips it. And then I could rotate it into position, you know, in a way that worked. Anyway, I was having just an awful lot of trouble. So don't forget to go to the radial menu by hitting the C key, and then look at these two things, your rotation mode and your move mode. And then also whether or not you have your pivot on automatic or manual, because you can try different things there as well to make that work. And then this one, the flip mirror key or command, which will flip it. So those things really helped a lot once I finally remembered that was a way to do it. So anyway, that was my tip there. Now, what else has changed? Well, I spent a lot of time building this superstructure. And I really think it's these little kinds of details that sell it, that make it look realistic. You know, before I had just built a few of these trusses and struts to give me the structure so that I could put the roof on. And then once I got the roof on, I built the rest of it. And that was really easy because I already had the model done. And I could just move the pieces into place. So I'm really happy I got that done, and I think it looks pretty good. I did, let me walk here. Oops, wrong key. Okay. So I added to the, as I was building, I was, you know, putting thought into how the walls and things were going to take shape. And I also kind of changed my idea, it sort of evolved from being, you know, just a Savannah house into a safari lodge. So I made it bigger, and I'm going to have this top floor here be guest rooms, with a deck that goes all the way around. So I made this deck part bigger. And the next thing up here will be to put a railing in, and then we'll put walls in. So that got done. Oh, got to remember where my stairs are. And then I also made this bigger and made it rounded. Just to add a little different perspective here. And this actually goes out over where the fence line is. I have kind of thought about building a pool down here. So there'd be like steps down onto a lower deck with a pool. We might have to change the fencing. I have some thoughts about changing the fencing. We don't have any wire fencing in this game, but I do know that there is. Let's see. This material. Where is it? Metal. There's steel rope. And if you make this into cylinders and make the cylinders really skinny, you could make a wire, like a woven wire fence or chain link looking fence. And I'm thinking I might try doing something like that. Yeah. So it would be like a wire or a cable. Anyway, just a thought. So down here will be this big deck overlooking the sunsets. And we extended this out a little bit, so there'll be more deck out here. And then this area will be like a big lounge. There might be a bedroom down here. I'm not sure. And then I decided that I was going to leave this open downstairs, but I changed my mind and decided what I really needed was, we should probably close that. I needed some different colors and textures, and I like this rock texture. It seems natural. Although the sharp edges, I maybe should have used the rounded block instead, but whatever. Changed the entryway a little bit. I'm working on that. This will be, there will be a door here, probably a big door, and it will go all the way up with maybe some glass. And then down here is going to be the kitchen and the workshop. So I have a little way to sneak in here. I'll probably just leave this open, no door. So this will be the workshop, this area here. Even though not all of our tools will fit in here, but that's okay. And then my plan here is to use plaster. And I'm going to go with natural colors and this terracotta color for the lower floors, which you see often the lower floors will have a darker color, and then the upper floors will have a lighter color of plaster. But this area here, all of this will be kitchens. And then we have a side door here out to the garden. And then this is me experimenting with the color picker to get the right color. I was trying to match this terracotta soil, because if they were going to be building with plaster, they would be using, or mud, they would be using this soil here. So I wanted to get it close. Now the reason why you see these different colors is because the color picker is weird. I'll show you what I mean. So we go to plaster, and right now it doesn't have a color assigned, but I wanted to make it a color, right? So here are the colors that I chose. The very first one, this brown color, I thought, okay, well, that's pretty close, but let's even choose the second one, right? It's red. That color looks very similar to this reddish earth color. So I chose that. See, doesn't that look very similar to this color over here? So I made a block, and it's yellow. So the color picker, it does work, but it doesn't work, you know, the way you would think. So there's that color. It is definitely not red. Yeah. So that took some trial and error, and I wound up with this one here, which is the darkest color in the color picker that I went through getting here. It's not quite the same, but it's close. And I have no explanation for why the color picker would be that far off from the colors that are displaying here in the world. It just doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm not a programmer, so I don't know. Anyway, so this lower floor will be this red color, and maybe the lower half of this floor will also be a red color, and then the upper part will be a natural or whiter color. And then I'm also going to do maybe some decoration on the sides, some geometric patterns or something like that. And I'll probably do that with posters or decals or something like that. So that's what I've been up to. And on the island, our lions, one of them, the male came back. But in all of this time, and it's been many days, many in-game days, and I have yet to see the female. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. But we'll just take a quick look around. They used to hang out down here. I did thin out my trees, but I planted a bunch more. And now the place is just lousy with trees. They're everywhere. I need to clear them out again. I'm kind of thinking I might go over the water to one of the other stretches of land and plant more trees because there's just too many. I wanted this to be more open like it was, but... whoop, what's that? I think my music is too loud. I'm gonna turn that down. Music. Yeah, I think that's better. So the male lion kind of tends to get stuck down here. Oh, sorry. I'm not going to bother you. But I don't see him anywhere. I haven't ridden any of these horses yet. I've counted, and I think there's somewhere between 8 and 9 horses on the island. And there's, I want to say 4 or 5 sheep, 3 elephants, and 4 rhinoceros. I think what I'm going to do is once I get done with my building and stuff, or get closer to being done, I'm going to go into creative and first of all do some detailing with plants and things, and maybe spawn some other animals as well. But because there's not that much here. I'd like to have some zebras, and if they ever get giraffes, of course, I'd love to have some giraffes too. So yeah, I'm thinking about, you know, getting a little more life on this here island. What's interesting is, you know, we've got these predators. They attack us, but they don't attack the other animals, and it would be so much more realistic if they did. Oh, there he is. Yeah. So there's our lion right there. We're not going to bother him. It would be nice if he doesn't bother us. Live and let live, as they say. So yeah, I wasn't really going to do any building or anything like that today. Just show you my progress. Maybe do a little building on the next one. And I think it's coming along. I'm pretty happy about that. Oh, it is getting warmer and nicer out in the real world. And that means for me that I'm going to be spending more time outside with my dog. The lion seems to be coming this way. So we're going to go home. So that will mean if I'm spending more time outside, I'm going to be spending a little less time playing, and I don't spend that much time now. So that will mean fewer videos, at least until, well, I mean, I will probably do as much as I can, but you know, come summer, I will be out in the real world having some real fun. But yeah, so that's my story. And this has been super fun so far. I hope you guys will pick up the game and give it a shot. Okay, that's all for me. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.